The Ballad of Annie Saloon. Annie Saloon was hard as nails, hard to know and harder to like, but that all changed the day she met the preacher named Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike was new to town. He came from somewhere way back east, and after dropping his bags at his hotel room, he headed straight for the belly of the beast. Now, the belly of the beast was a watering hole where the gaming gents all went, where fortunes were won, fortunes were lost, and many a youth misspent. There was plenty of wine, a whole lot of women, and a fair share of good song. But when Annie Saloon caught Ike's eye, from there things went all wrong. Old Reverend Ike was pure of heart with intentions pure as well. And the belly of the beast is where he went, seeking lost souls to save from hell. And Annie Saloon was a working girl, been working since she turned 13. That was the year that her mama died, and her pa turned to drink and turned mean. It didn't take long before Annie lit out. She was headed for parts unknown. And after kicking around for a couple years, she found the belly of the beast in a home. Annie learned fast for a girl her age. She was quick, she was bright, she was smart. And while her body for a price she gave away, she never gave away her heart. And then came the day the good Reverend arrived, another soul seeking to save. He counted on love, he counted on God, but he never counted on Dave. You see, Dave was a legend in this western town as a gambler, straight shooter, and a friend. But Sharp soon learned to try to cheat Dave, made Dave a killer of men. Now over in the corner neath the buffalo head stood Ike with Bible in hand, spreading the word for all to hear, telling of God's great plan. The way Ike preached, it didn't take long for a crowd to soon gather round. Well, he preached to 'em left, he preached to 'em right, he preached to 'em up and down. Annie sat quiet at the top of the stairs, wiping a tear from her eye, thinking to herself, this man of the cloth, he might be worth giving a try. So she gathered up her courage and she gathered up her skirts, and down those stairs she came. And from that day forward, Annie Saloon would never be the same. As Annie approached, the crowd made way and left her staring in the eyes of the man. And finding himself at a loss for words, the Bible slipped from Ike's hand. Annie sat down, but before she could speak, shots rang across the room. Another card sharp who tried to cheat Dave had his life end way too soon. As the smoke finally cleared, somebody screamed, "The preacher's been hurt real bad." You see, one of Dave's bullets hit Reverend Ike, one meant for that card-cheating lad. Well, in the time that it takes for one heart to break, Annie was down on her knees. Kneeling beside the preacher, she cried, "Don't die, I'm begging you, please." As Ike lay bleeding in a red sea of blood, he reached for his Bible on the floor, and turning to a page that was well worn with age, he read her some words, and what's more, he gave Annie his hand and prayed a short prayer that spoke of everlasting love. And then closing his eyes, he just up and died and went to meet with his Maker up above. When Annie turned round, there stood Dave with smoking gun in hand. And if looks could kill, I swear, then and there, Dave would have been a dead man. Now, Dave, of course, was filled with remorse for having played such a role, and causing the death of this God-fearing man made him fear for his own mortal soul. With respect for the dead, Dave lowered his head and handed his gun to Miss Ann. When she took that gun, it was all she could do to control her trembling hand. She was blinded by rage when suddenly a page of Ike's Bible came into view. And then she heard the Good Shepherd's words, "Do others as you'd have them do you." Now Annie Saloon's got a brand new name. She's called Sister Annabelle Lee. And she travels the West doing her best, helping other poor sinners to see that salvation's road ain't paved with gold, good intentions, silver, or gems. And the lesson she learned and the lesson she shares is to love, forgive, and let live. Yep, the lesson she learned and the lesson she shares is to love, forgive, and let live. Oh, and by the way, old brother Dave says, amen.